Alright, welcome to the part 2 of working with text or typography in Adobe InDesign. In this lesson, we want to look at what we call object styles with typography. Now, every text frame is an object, okay? Every text frame is an object in Adobe InDesign. So now, if you have a text frame, which is the blue lines over here, which is our text frame, it is what we call an object, okay? So we can apply the changes that we make in this text frame to other tests that we are going to do. Okay, now what is styles? We've talked about styles already in our previous lesson, okay? And now let's look at how to add styles, object styles, to our text. Okay, so now let's say now I have this text frame over here. I want to have, let's say, a fill of this, and then I want to lower the tint. Maybe let me come into my swatches and come and lower the tint of it to somehow this way. Okay, so there we go. So now we have this like this, and we want to be repeating this same thing in the other pages that we'll make. So let's go ahead and add new pages. Add new. Okay, now we are good to go. So now we have these pages, and we want to repeat this same style on the other pages. What can we do to repeat these same styles in our other pages? It's very simple. The simplest way is to create an object style for it without going to, let's say, be adding it one after the other. All we just have to do is we have to create what we call the object styles for it. So let's see how we can create object styles for it. I want to take my time and explain these things so that we can be able to understand it. Okay, so let's go ahead. Now, to do this thing, what we have to do is that we have to make sure that this becomes an object styles, and that's what we are going to do. So go to Windows and then go to styles and then object styles. Okay, so now your object styles will appear here. This is how it should appear. Now we have this. Let's go ahead and add some text to these things. So let's create some text frame. And then what do we do? Fill with placeholder text. Okay, let's go here again, and then fill with placeholder text. Then let's come here, drag it, and then fill with placeholder text. Okay, so now there we have it. So now this is the moment the text frame that we have. I want to create an object style with the text frame. So what we can do is that now it's none because it's nothing. So we just have to hold Alt. You can just click here, add, okay, and then double click here, and it will send you to where we make the changes. So I want it to be blue text frame. So blue text frame. Okay, so you can see style settings. We have a fill, and these are other style settings that is visible. Okay, so just enable preview and then apply styles to. Now based on is none. Okay, and then click on OK. So now we have the blue test frame. I want to apply it to this. What do? I come here, click on it, and I click on the blue test frame. You can see that it has been applied. I'll come here and click on blue test frame. You can see that it has been applied. Come here, click on blue test frame, and it has also been applied. So that's it, one way of making the changes and applying the styles. So if we didn't do the same like that way, what we could also have done is, with this test frame selected, I will just come here and then hold Alt and click here. Okay, and now I can see blue test frame. Make sure you check these things well to be sure that it is what you want to create a test frame that has been selected. Okay, now click on this and blue test frame, and now it has applied for us. Okay, so that's how to create our test frame object styles, and we should make sure that we do this, practice it, pause the video and practice it so that it will be easy for you. Pause the video and then practice it. Now there's something that I want us to look at. We have what we call test trends. So let me say I bring in my test frame here, and then let me do this shift. Draw my test frame here. I draw another one here. I also draw another one here. Now right click to field placeholder test. Let's try to, when you click here, we can link the test frames. Okay, and then click here to place it. Let's come here, click here to link it with this, and then fill with placeholder test. Okay, now it has been filled. Now there are some hidden characters that we do not see. We want to look at this. What we look at what we call test trend. The test trends are, they are lines that are links test. Okay, link test frame. So every linked test frame has lines which are not visible. So that's what we are coming to look at the moment. Okay, so now you have to come to view, extras, and then you have to look for show test trends, which is this one. Okay, so now you can see that this lines over here, light blue lines over here, is our test trends. Now the test trends helps us to in finding where our test went. For instance, as you can see that I want to know whether I link this test frame to this test frame. So it's where you just go to view extras, and then you can do what we call the link test frames. Okay, so that's it. We also have other things that are also hidden. That's, we want to show our character styles. So you just go to type, and then show character styles. Okay, so we have this selected. Now let's look at this. So now this paragraph style over here, or paragraph over here, it shows that there's a paragraph over here. It shows that there's a paragraph over here. Okay, so anytime that we have this thing here, shows that the next line there's a paragraph. Okay, and also I want to look at one where some dots are over. When you see dots over, what it also shows. Okay, let me see. I'm not finding some of the dots, but when you see that there are dots over there, it means that they are spacing. Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, yeah, so there we go. So now when you see the dots over here, it means that we clicked on the space bar. Okay, it means that we click on the space bar. So anytime you click on the space bar, there will be a dot. Anytime you click on the space bar, there will be a dot. Okay, that's what it also does or shows. Okay, so we should take note of that. Now let's go ahead and do a different thing. We want to look at what we call the character style. Let's go ahead and look at what character style is. So let's undo all these things that we did. Okay, so you can go back to your and undo the hide characters and those things. Okay, and go ahead and undo it. Now we want to look at what we call character style. Character style. First of all, let's go into our InDesign exercise files and go and open our health style or health magazine. So file, open, and open our printable health magazine template. Click on OK to open it. And let's look at what we call paragraph styles. We are going to look at what we call paragraph styles. So let's wait a little bit for it to open. So just click on skip. Now let's go to Windows styles and open our paragraph styles. Now so we have our character object style here, character style, and we also have our paragraph style. At the moment our paragraph style is the one that is selected, and now you can see that here it shows body text white, body text black, TOC numbers, heading blah 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 blah. They are all our character styles. Okay, so let's view show spread in window. Okay, so now let me click on this. And now when I clicked on it, it showed me at body text black. Okay, when I clicked in the text frame here, it shows me body text black. It shows the character style I'm in. Okay, so I can double click on it to make changes to the character style, which is the body text black. Okay, I can decide to come to basic character formats and change the font type that it used. You can see I want to use this. Okay, you can see that the changes it is changing over here. Okay, you can see that it's changed over there. Can also decide to add borders to it. And there you go, you have our borders added to it. Okay, so now as you can see we have it. So any other text that has this body text black, it will also have these same changes that I made over here. So there are other different changes that you can play around with it and make the changes. Okay, so now that's it. So that's what we call paragraph style. So we are coming to look at how to create our own paragraph style. Okay, so let's go back to the documents that we were working with and see how we can create our own paragraph style. So let's create a new page, add. Okay, now go to Windows view or view and then fit this in a window. Let's look at what you can do with it. Now let me create a test frame. So let me create it this way. Let me create another one over here too. And now I want to make some changes, or I want to create a paragraph style. So with the paragraph style I'm creating, first of all I need my text. So that's where you have to create what you call your text frame. Then let's say I want a font that I'll use. So choose any of the fonts. Make sure with this lesson you have already saved or install all the fonts that we are using. Okay, the fonts that I added in your exercise fast. Make sure you've already done what? You've already added them to yours before coming to do this lesson. So if you know that you haven't added your fonts or install them, do not come and do this lesson. Okay, so now I have this style. Let's go ahead and zoom in. So I have this text frame, and this text frame I have what we call the Roboto theme. So I want to change this to, let's say, Roboto bold. Okay, and maybe I also want to bring in some drop caps. Okay, so I'll go to paragraph style and then add some drop cap to it. Okay, this way. And now I have it. So I want to use this as a style. Okay, I want to use this as a style. So what I'll do is that with it selected, I'll come to my paragraph style over here and then hold Alt and click here. Okay, so based on no paragraph style, apply selection to style, and now you can see that it says what? Roboto plus bold plus drop cap lines 3 plus blah blah blah. So that's, it shows what we've done over here. Okay, so I'll click on OK. Now I've saved. What I did is that I've saved this paragraph style. So let me add a name. So drop cap paragraph. So let me just do drop cap. Okay, and then click on OK. So now I've saved it. There we have it, drop cap plus. Now I want to use this paragraph style on a new document or a new text frame. So I just come here, fill with placeholder text, and then if I want this text frame to be as the one, or this paragraph to be as what I did over here, I'll just come there, click in any place, and then click here. And now you can see that the paragraph style that I made has been added to this one. Please, I'm sure you understand it. If you don't understand it, make sure you ask some questions. Okay, if you don't understand, make sure you ask some questions. Let's do another one, another example, so that we understand it very well. Okay, let's look at another example so that we will understand it very well. If not, it's easy to understand, it's also at the same time very difficult. Let's say I have my text frame over here, and then let's go into my properties. Let me go and choose Minion Pro. So I want to let me use the regular, and then this to 16, and then fill with placeholder text. Okay, there we go. Now I want the text frame options. I want the text frame to be 2, so I'll come here and do it over here. Okay, now let's look at something over here. I want to make changes to the paragraph, so the text space after, so I'm increasing the space after the paragraph so that we know that these are the paragraphs that we have. Okay, now, and we have this, let me say this is my first paragraph. Can come here and then click anywhere and then create first line indent for it. Okay, there you go, I've created it for it. And now I can also maybe highlight this text and make it bold. Okay, and make it bold. So there we go. Okay, so this is what I've created. It's just some line indent and this bold. So I'll come here and select the paragraph, and then I will come to my paragraph style and then hold Alt and click here, and I will say I want this to be left indent bold. Save it. Based on no paragraph style, apply style to selection and then click on preview. Now, so what are style settings in the paragraph style that I just selected? We have a font size of 16, first indent, and space after, blah blah blah, and I'll click on OK. Now I want to apply this character style to, let's say, even this. I want to apply it to, let's say, this and next one. Okay, I'll just click on it this way. I just come and click here, and you see that it has been applied for me. So this is the drop cap that has been applied. Okay, so I want the left indent to be applied. So I'll just click on any place, okay, anywhere, and then left indent, and you can see that the left indent also happened. But why? You've seen that this thing didn't show because this is a character style, because we only made a change to just a character here. Okay, so it has become a character style. Therefore, we needed to create a different character style for it. So this is where we will come and look at what we call nested styles. Okay, come and look at what we call nested style. If not, this thing won't show. Okay, so thank you, and let's go to the next lesson, which is character style, so which will be part 3. So we are going to do the part 3, which is nested style. Thank you.